How do you overcome barriers with BIM? And how do you motivate people for a change? It's all about mindset and change management. And today we are going to talk about the mindset bit. I am Hassan Numer from Integrated BIM, and I'm not just a random person who talks about the BIM. I have both academic and professional experience over 10 years in this field. And I have helped many companies, many organizations, many individuals, and trained them, as well as acquired academical development in order to give you this advice. One of the most important things when it comes to change management with BIM is the mindset. It is the core of the whole structure. It's about the people. If you are failing to make a right mindset on the people, you're actually failing from the beginning, because the people will make sure that the BIM will be either implemented successfully or not. So keep that in mind as a first priority, and let's try to dive deeper into the mindset and understand more about how and what we need to take into account. And there are two major things I would say. There's one, conflict management, and the other part is acknowledgement. So let's focus first on the conflict management. When you're faced with someone who doesn't have an interest in BIM, or who doesn't want to really develop with the team, or he's a part of the barrier, his mindset of the traditional workflow is good enough for him, he doesn't want change, or he doesn't think the BIM is useful for him, or he doesn't want to just learn or acquire the necessary skills. So in order to get this person on track and motivate that person, you need to first build an empathy. Try to understand why exactly he doesn't want. It could be that he's just lazy, or it could be that he thinks the traditional workflow is better, or he thinks that the BIM is just a waste of time, it's not a good use, or he doesn't have enough knowledge about the BIM. So there might be many other things. So dive deeper, ask him quite interesting questions and tricky questions in order to get more information and to build the right empathy to understand from his point of view what is not good for him for the BIM. And you need to correct this in order to make successful implementation. Therefore, once you understand, dive deeper on that person and you get exactly what is the problem, then start working on the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is showing him the right methods in order to make him agree that, wow, this works right. So, but how do you do that? I made big mistakes before. I was showing people a presentation or showing them some theories like collaboration of in a central file with Revit, for example. They don't understand how it works in theory because they're not seeing it in practical way. But with time, what I did is I switched that theory into practice, and I was showing them exactly how it works right away, and within seconds, they can see all the effects, all the things. This is just one example. But when they see practice, when they see that solid thing, the result, they start changing their mind. They start acknowledging stuff. They start seeing the future, and they start seeing how they can really benefit them as well, not only the company, but as an individual themselves. But there are other places where they can be just lazy and they can just put smaller tasks. They can see that, hey, if you do it this way, it automates the stuff, so you don't have to spend so much time on drafting all these small bits. And they're like, okay, so actually this thing will allow me to finish my job faster, so I can actually not work, like all this stuff. So the idea over here is not to let them work less, but the idea over here is that you're finding techniques, how we can motivate these people, what exactly they're concerned of, and you understand that and you use that for your advantage. I will have a bonus tip for you, but before the bonus tip, I want to invite you to a live webinar, for 1 hour live webinar about BIM management, so you can learn more about BIM. If you click on the link below, you can just sign up to a live webinar, which is on the 16th of December 2020. And I would like to engage with all of you guys there, and we will talk about change management in more detail in this video, definitely. We will talk about interoperability with BIM, and we will be talking about big and small BIM. So there are lots of interesting and fruitful topics. Click on the link, and I will appreciate your support because this is the first live event we are performing, and I want to meet all of you there. My bonus tip would be get a BIM champion. If you involve someone who is solely dedicated to BIM and motivated and inspired, he will also motivate and inspire the entire team. Because when a person is generally enthusiastic about a topic and pushes the entire people around, all the peers and the colleagues all the time talks about it. Obviously that person should not be from the higher management. There's nothing wrong to have a BIM champion from the higher management as well, but having a BIM champion directly within the team every day, working with the team and the peers and enthusiasts and showing them all the time new content, more interesting things, and how to develop and automate the processes and get better results, that person will make a dramatic shift in BIM implementation. Also, when you're doing BIM implementation strategy, you have to consider a BIM champion, because that will make a huge and significant difference in your implementation and strategy results. Don't forget to sign up for the live webinar we are doing for the first time, so we will appreciate all the support and I want to see all of you there. Also, if you didn't check the BIM talks, you can check the talk with the Marzia, Gavin, and as well as with the Jonathan Ingram within this playlist. There are lots of fruitful and sincere discussions, and if you're a really truly BIM enthusiast, you should watch all of these videos. See you next time.